Hey guys, Ranjin here, bringing all stock of commentary. It's going to be the final match in Group E of the Avalon MSL round of 32. We're slowly but surely coming very close to figuring out who it is that are going to be our dudes in the round of 16. We're going to see some awesome set stuff between the players. So this is going to be UpMagiC up against Harang. Harang 2 or Harang E. UpMagiC, of course, I believe the only player that's playing for eSTRO in this MSL, finishing at the round of 16 last season after losing to Savior. Definitely wants to put up a better performance this time. We're going to see how he manages up against Harang. Of course, these two players have already played up against each other once before. UpMagiC beat Harang, so must feel confident, knows that he can beat this guy. He's already done it once so far, and he can do it again. Harang now has, on the upside, Harang, of course, on the opposite side, I mean, Harang has a chance for, you know, kind of a absolution a little bit, kind of to fix what has been done. Has beat Nada to get into the final match, and we can see who actually manages to beat UpMagiC this time. I expect a pretty interesting match between a very creative player and a very cheesy player. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Are those guys singing Eating the Cannibals? I'm not quite sure. Can't quite tell. So this is going to be an outsider. We're going to have Harang at the 9 o'clock position as the yellow Protoss. And we're going to have UpMagiC at 11 o'clock as the purple or violet or pink Terran. Whatever colored Terran. Yeah. So I'm expecting something pretty interesting. We're going to see how Harang actually decides to play. This is a 3-player map, so choose is still viable. Choose is still very much viable. Of course, it all comes down to scouting, but I'm not seeing a probe coming out from Harang, so he's most likely going to play more of a stand-up game. He did play pretty well last time, completely out-macroed Nada after harassing him very heavily throughout the entire game, just being a pain in the ass the entire time, and Nada actually never managed to really get up an army really strong enough to do anything. He tried to go for some counter-harass himself, and that wasn't too successful overall, and in the end, Harang just got a huge army, and despite suiciding 2 large armies right into Nada, just completely obliterated Nada nonetheless. Every time he did that, he still managed to take out bases of Nada's, and that's pretty much what he wanted, because as soon as he lost his army, he could pretty much rebuild it instantly. He had a second army just coming in on the way, because he was up to, I think, 14 gateways at the end. Our first gateway now here in this match coming up for Harang. So he's playing standard, at least to start off with. You never know with this kid. He might start off standard, and all of a sudden you find yourself a fucking Nexus drop coming from somewhere, and a couple there in the background. Possibly some 2 famous people. I'm not sure if they're StarCraft famous people, but yeah. Very cute girl, I admit that. You go, boy. You go, boy. It's a mighty fine cat you got there. So on the opposite, UpMagiC is going for his refinery right after his rack. So of course coming in mech, assimilator on the opposite coming in for Harang. Yeah, I've been seeing actually quite a few players using some biomech strategies up against Protoss. Not, you know, in a macro game, but more for like a finishing rush, a do or die rush. Basically, go in, get some tanks, and instead of getting a large number of vultures, get medic marines with stim to kind of act as the shields, using the tanks behind them. Just so far standard play from both players, nothing really fun coming up. Only not seeing any marines be built out UpMagiC. I think he already has his first one up, but just now getting his factory. So he's going very quick into the factory. We're going to see whether he actually goes for one fac expansion. Since he's not building that many marines, I assume that's what he's going to be going for. Now getting his first CV out just now. And just both players so far in the way to scouting each other. Harang has probes out. Sent actually, I believe he sent 2 probes out to scout, just scout both locations. We're going to see if he actually tries to do something with the probe at the... Yep, he does have the probe just sitting there, not doing much, and UpMagiC sending the SCV to the wrong location. He is going to spot that probe there, possibly, so he might actually decide, okay, what are you doing here, Harang? What are you thinking? And therefore decide to go around and be a little bit suspicious. Yeah, Harang is actually just keeping his probe there. Maybe forgot about it. I don't know. First marine now out. Second marine now out for UpMagiC. Like, you get initial marines. Just doesn't have a very large number of marines. Didn't quite see how many SCVs were mining gas. On the opposite side, Harang still has just nothing really funky. Is actually paying attention to the probe. Okay. Wow. Okay, Nexus at the 5 o'clock main, the unused main. So he went, oh wow, that's very interesting play here from Harang. I gotta say, he's going very, very heavy on economy. Going very, very heavy on economy. UpMagiC, the opposite side, has an SCV there, apparently thinking of taking minute only. Oh, wow. No, wait, actually, I think Harang, never mind. I think actually Harang took a minute only. Never mind. I thought for a second he took the main. I think I actually got the position a little bit wrong on the map. I think he actually took the minute only at the 4 o'clock position. UpMagiC now has the SCV just running around. I think at this point he should know that something's wrong. Wait a minute, yeah, sending his SCV there, trying to spot some hidden tech, which he isn't finding. So he's just trying to find some hidden bases, and he's not going to find them. Just knows what the heck's going on, you know? What is Harang doing now? Has his full initial vulture out? Let's see, we'll actually try something doing with that. Shouldn't be able to do too much with it. There is a Dragoon inside of Harang's base, but Harang, yeah, getting very early expansion at a hidden location, so he's going to try to get an economic advantage very soon. And Harang is, well, he probably has the idea something's coming up, but he doesn't really know what. Robotics is on the upside, also coming up for Harang. I say opposite side so fast, it sounds like upside. It's weird. Machine shop spinning, likely siege mode. Could be mines, but most likely siege mode to get those tanks out. Just, yeah, mines already on the way, so most likely siege mode. Just mines being planted everywhere. Somebody is, of course, spinning, so we are going to see those range upgrade for those Dragoons hitting fairly soon. Just a lot of Dragoons coming up for Harang so far. No Zealots. He built no initial Zealot, interestingly enough. Just getting very Dragoon heavy. Also getting his observatory. And the opposite side, UpMagiC has expanded. I believe he's actually, not sure if he's double expanding. He has an SCV at the 12 o'clock. I'm not quite sure if he pulled the building there or not. Has his Marines running around everywhere. I'm not quite still sure. He has a Marine running. We're going to see what actually manages to spot Harang's position now. Harang did go for that mineral only at the 4 o'clock position. I'm going to see what UpMagiC actually spots it or not. Still running around with that Marine. Oh, he held it there. He doesn't continue scouting, so he's not going to spot that right away. Mines being put down everywhere. UpMagiC, he's being very suspicious. He's just mining up his base. He's thinking, okay, drops, Dark Templar, actually put down a mine inside of Harang's natural expansion to prevent it from coming up. Harang still has a base over, has been for a little while. Has 3 gateways pumping a lot of Dragoons, has going to have observers to support very soon. And UpMagiC also put down the eBay, of course, just to get those turrets out. He knows he has to be very careful. Doesn't really know what's coming up. Still running out with those Marines, trying to get a spot. Still doesn't know what's coming up. Probe now coming out for Harang, spotting natural expansion, just trying to get a clue of what's going on for himself. You do see the first-person view down there, and you can see on UpMagic's first-person mini-map, he has no idea that Harang has that base, so he doesn't really know what Harang's doing. He could still be thinking, okay, Harang has something somewhere, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm not like it. Just that instilling that sort of paranoia in a player is is the kind of player Harang does. Just the type of player he is, a very cheesy player. Always, whenever you don't know what he's doing, you are afraid. You don't know what's coming your way, and whenever you don't know what's coming your way with rank 2, that's a bad thing. UpMagiC now moving downward, several tanks alongside vultures. Harang actually has a rather sizable number of forces. We're going to see who actually gonna go down here. Some vultures planting down some mines, but there is an observer there in the air. It's not gonna be too much. Vultures gonna start off by engaging the tank. Oh, but the tank's gonna be in a horrible position. Mines trying to clear off, just trying to engage some Marines, a few SCVs, an SCV alongside those tanks, and UpMagiC is trying to pressure. Has still those mines on the ground. They are being taken down. Rank 2 not really showing very good micro though. They're losing several Dragoons, and even more vultures coming to support. But UpMagiC now losing his head, trying to micro away his tanks. Doesn't have siege. Even more mines being planted down. Not doing too much. Anything being taken down before they really can do anything. UpMagiC loses a lot of tanks. Managed to get one single vulture through. Is gonna almost kill a probe there, but not really managed to do anything much else in the vein of anything. Just running that vulture inside, planting down a mine in front of the gateways. That should be taken down. Planting another mine down front, just behind. Mine. Oh, mine goes off. Hits all the Dragoons. All of them popped out the gateways at the same time. One got killed. The rest got heavily damaged. UpMagiC actually lost quite a few forces. Narang too has a lot of Dragoons still ready. Honestly, despite this guy's great, he has very, very good. I gotta say, has very good kill skills of surprising you. Really catches you off guard. He doesn't have the best micro of armies, especially. I gotta say, that's just something I gotta say. I've noticed that he loses forces he really shouldn't. He tends to be suicidal a little bit more. But still, he plays a decent game of StarCraft. I gotta say, he's cheesy style with his capability of playing a decent standard game. As long as he mixes it up a little bit, he can play very well. So UpMagiC still has no idea that he's economically behind, and heavily economically behind, running with more vultures, and he might actually soon enough get overwhelmed just like Nada did. He might actually get in a lot of trouble trying to do some damage. All of his mines just being completely neutralized, not doing any sort of damage. He's still just now getting down his third base, and if Harangman that's most likely what he's trying to do, just trying to force this into another game just like he had against Nada, where he's just going to get more bases, just completely neutralize any sort of harassment from UpMagiC, and just win the game eventually. He's getting up his Stargate now, and alongside his Temple Archive, so he's going to be getting his Arbiter tech very soon. Just overall, most likely might actually go for a couple of Dark Temple to try to go around, do some harassment. UpMagiC now adding several factories. Also has an Academy up, also a Starport is going to be going for drops soon, an Armory also coming up. But I honestly believe UpMagiC could be in a little bit of trouble if he doesn't do something. He doesn't spot that base, he doesn't know what's happening, because if